Anyways.
Yes. Anyways. So Dilnaz smiles and chuckles a little to himself. He's like, "And that is Dilnaz's story."
Wow. We all come from really weird places.
He shrugs. Dilnaz has many homes in many places, he says.
But then again, I guess that just makes us all unique in our own little way.
Which is refreshing.
So, anybody want some popcorn?
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
Sure.
All right. Hands out popcorn. Shuffle,
Are
shuffle.
you feeling better? Oh, dear Longba.
Yeah, actually, are you all right?
Oh, I'm fine. It's just she doesn't respond.
She takes off the eye patch. It's a fidget spinner.
Are you actually trying to take it off?
No, I was just saying you take it
Okay.
off, and it's just a fidget spinner. You know, it's not Naruto. It's not the Sharingan. It's an actual fidget spinner.
Or a Vuvuzela, either or. Anyways, Dilnaz actually gets up. He's like, "Oh, Dilnaz is weary. Dilnaz thinks he shall retire for the evening." And then he sort of nods and takes a bit of popcorn, pops in his mouth, chews it a couple times. Not bad.
Thank you.
And that he bids you all adieu and then lumbers off. And I'm trying to decide if he travels on 4 or 2 legs. Because it's really weird either way.
So OC, get it halfway. 3.
What's up?
3 and his trunk. That's how you get it.
He uses his 2 legs and his trunk, and he just has his 2 front legs like off to the side, like he's flap, like he's using his like wings when he's flapping.
He's flying. Oh!
It was Dumbo all along.
Oh no!
I knew it. You all thought I was crazy, but
I'm an
I knew it.
albatross. I'm flapping my albatross wings. Flapping my albatross wings. Nobody's going to get that.
Nope,
That's that joke is about as old as I am.
Well, that said,
How old are you again?
Dilnaz has excused himself, leaving you guys to your own devices.
I'm gonna
No?
head to bed too. She just kind of gives us all a smile. Nice hearing your stories, guys. She just stands up and quickly heads over to the carriage where we're all staying at.
Io looks around at everybody else who's left. So, what are you guys fixing to do?
I'm not sure yet. I've just been thinking about a lot of stuff lately.
Fair enough.
Like, when this is all over, what do you think's gonna happen?
I'm not exactly sure. I haven't really put much thought into it. I mean, I guess just go back to what I was doing before. Yeah, now you got me thinking about it.
I mean, we've been on this like little adventure for like what? How long now?
I think about maybe 1 or 2 months.
I would say like 4 4 weeks, a month at most.
I was thinking more like 1.5, like maybe 5 or 6.
Let's see, you guys spent roughly 2 weeks traveling. Just under 2 weeks traveling to that bandit thing and back. You spent about 2-3 days in town before the celebrations. The celebration was about a week or two, so yeah, about 4.5, 5 weeks.
A little over a month.
Hmm. What exactly are we gonna do?
I don't know about you guys, but and this is if where we're heading next is what ends it for us, then I think I might just continue exploring. Because I don't think I'm ready to head back home yet.
I'm being quiet because I'm honestly trying to think of what Ophelia would say in this situation.
Fair enough. It's
I
almost
can't-
like
Colorado asking the deep questions.
I know, right?
it's moments like these where I wish I had a character be part of the conversation.
You do. It's Dilnaz.
A PC, thank you very much.
You do. It's still nice.
But
I mean, I guess I'll just go back to the weekly meadow after all this. I mean, I don't really have anything else, and I don't really know anything else anymore. I mean, it's, sorry about that. Let's see. I mean,
Incorporated forever.
EO is obviously a movie. Just
What?
throwing it out there.
yeah, right.
so here's a good question, Snow.
Yes.
Would Cactus brought it up? Would Ophelia be inclined to say something at this moment? And if so, would she be inclined to talk about what she has planned in the future? Perhaps. What does she want to do after all this? Does she think that all this is going to actually lead to something? Is it, does she believe that this lead you have is solid? Maybe it's tenuous. How do you feel about Dilnaz? How do you feel about
No.
how do you feel about Zhonghua now that she's walked away? And again, would she share any of this information?
Gossip.
Hmm.
We're putting the spotlight on Ophelia here.
Yeah.
Guys, I'll be right back.
Give me
Let's
10
see.
minutes to think about this.
Oh, okay. Well, do you guys want to follow me with my little exploration kind of thing over here?
Are you going to do
Uh,
something?
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna leave towards the caravans, but I'm not going to like the bunk ones.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So, you said that like most of the caravans, like a good chunk of them, had just general supplies, right?
Well, what I mean to ask from is more as what are you generally doing? The reason I ask is because I'm deciding as a DM where to shift the camera, whether to shift it to you or to wait and see if there's more conversation to happen before shifting it to you. So basically, I'm asking what's a general synopsis of what you're doing.
I mean, Snow just said she wanted some time, so I was gonna say
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
going to go steal some stuff from Dilnaz.
We can shift camera to EO real quick.
Fair
Yep.
enough.
I'm going to steal some stuff from Dilnaz.
All
Or at
right.
least I'm gonna try.
Very good.
I mean, I know the guy just opened up his heart to me, but free stuff.
All right. So, how are you going about it?
So that's why I was asking. So you said like a good number of his caravans were, general supplies, right?
More or less.
All right then. So I'm going to snake my way over to one of them because
Well, if you're actually being stealthy, I will need a
Your stealth check?
Yes, I will need a stealth check.
Great, have no bonuses. This is literally make or break. So I walk. Can I like just say that I'm walking through like caravans, but I'm just continuously tripping over everything?
I mean, you're definitely drawing attention to yourself. It's not like any suspicion. You're just kind of like, what are you doing? Like, it's sort of like people like watching you walk around. And they're like you might trip something, and they're like, hey, or what have you. So basically, people are wondering what on earth you're doing, but beyond that, no one's gonna like jump out and be like thief and haul you away.
All right.
So suffice to say, when you reach your destination, you have plenty of eyes looking over in your general direction, or at least paying some attention to you.
Anyway, so I'm inside one of the caravans now, or
Yeah.
am I inside? Inside? All right, cool. But you said I have a lot of eyes on me, right?
It's well, one of the guards guarding the caravan sort of eyes you curiously as you climb on in, but doesn't really say anything.
All right. OC, can I use what would be like one for looking for like rare things in a caravan? Like investigation?
That would be depending on how you're going about it. Perception or investigation. Perception would be more of a generalized search, and investigation would be searching specific objects, like say for example crates or
Barrels or stuff?
Yeah, basically. So perception instead of perception would be like finding the barrels and crates of interest, and then investigation would be searching them.
Can I do both?
Yes, actually, give me a perception first. All right.
I see that I'm in a caravan.
Pretty much. And there's some crates and a couple of barrels, but you can't really tell if any of them are particularly noteworthy or not.
So would I still do an investigation, or should I try again?
If you want, you can always try a different. You can always try a different carriage.
I'm gonna try investigation, and then I'm gonna move on to the next one.
All right, go ahead and give me an investigation.
Hey, that's decent.
It's a fine barrel of apples you found.
Look at those apples.
So base.
Look at those melons full of citrus.
They're not actually apples, since apples wouldn't keep in this. But basically, you found a barrel of foodstuffs. This one appears to be mostly grains.
Look at this non-descriptive food stuff.
It's grains, thank you very much. Non-descriptive grains.
It's food cubes.
It's tofu. Thank you very much. Apple flavored tofu.
Yes.
High in vitamins. No.
So any case,
Flavored cubes.
it appears that this particular barrel you have investigated is a dud. Unless you're looking for grains, in which case, there you go.
Is there like any way I could find maybe the right caravan, like that has, more like adventure type supplies, like maybe items that are not food?
Well, there's a couple ways you can go about this. And since you're relatively new to Tabletop, I'll propose a couple of options. One option is you could always search through them carriage by carriage without hopefully raising suspicion. Otherwise, you could try and gather information, from the guards or people who keep it, find out what contains what. Another option, I actually can't think of a third option. I'm sure there's a very clever third option, but it's not coming to me.
All right, I go outside and I talk to the guard and I ask, excuse me, Would you mind knowing which caravan holds, like, I don't know, maybe like the armaments or weapons?
Why do you ask?
I'm rather interested in Jonas's collection, and I wanted to know if I could, maybe potentially trade or even purchase them at a much later point in time.
Well, I'll let him know. I'll let him know in the morning. I'm sure he'd be happy to show them to you.
Would you happen to know which one it is, though?
Give me a second to think of the guards. Give me a persuade, actually.
Oh, see, I was about to say, can I just really quickly say, can you tell me which caravan it is and, do the force hand thing?
Roll me a persuade
Like, you
check,
will
please.
tell me which caravan it is.
Persuasion, please. Make sure you roll it in the, yes. There you go.
Roll in Ocean Hunters.
Yes.
Hey, no, we're not gonna do that anymore.
The root of this was basically to figure out if the guard would be suspicious by this or not. The guard's like, oh, well, we usually keep that one over there. Although we don't keep them all there, that'd be kind of silly. We keep a few stocked in each, just in case. But the majority of it's stored over there.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Can I go there?
You can. Do you want to just walk over there, or do you want to remain?
Do you want to be sneaky again?
I mean, will I get penalized if I roll low?
Well, if you roll low, barring like fumbling, it just means that people have noticed you walking over there. It's not.
Let's do it. That was sneak.
Sneak.
No.
Still, whatever. The one that makes me invisible.
You weren't. It's not good enough to shake the notice of the guards, but most of the others don't really notice. So basically, when you make your way over to the weapons carriage, the guard standing sort of like looks at you curiously.
They saw him making an idiot of himself and started to ignore him.
Well, I mean, that is kind of how EO has been playing out with Dicebot. Like, I try to be something, and then like Dicebot's like, nope. Just kind of tips the die to like lower. He's like, poof. He's like, oh man.
As you approach, the guard says quietly, "Something I can help you with?"
Yeah, I was wondering if I could just take a look at Dilnaz's wares. Just maybe say something I might want to get later on. Maybe trade or even purchase.
Well, the shop's not open at the moment. You can always just wait till. You probably best wait till the morning.
Oh, see, now can I do the Jedi hand wave?
Well, what are you gonna say?
You will let me in this caravan.
Huh? Give me a roll my persuade check.
All right. I think it was a +4. Let me check. Yes, it was. If this works, guys, I'm a Jedi. I'm not a Jedi. I'm mildly decent.
So, what do you say to the guard?
Exactly what I just said. I waved my hoof from left to right and say, you will let me in this caravan. And I lowered my voice too.
Raise an eyebrow.
Can I just quickly in puppy dog eyes and pouty lip say, please?
I don't mean to be rude, but you're not exactly my boss. Only
Can I have
authorized personnel are only allowed in this carriage.
AOC, can I like knock him out silently?
Oh my god.
Well, you have to.
Hey, OC, I got a question.
Yes.
Do me and you actually see this going down or no?
What's
Do
your
you
guys?
want to?
What's your passive perception?
12.
Mine is 13.
Then yes, both of you are seeing this. You're seeing Io talking to, hearing the
You
conversation.
see me fail at sneaking around. You see me wave a hoof and say something.
I turned to Ophelia. Should I like stop him from doing something really stupid?
No, I want to see how far this goes.
So to answer your question, EO, you'd have to successfully stealth up to the guard, and then basically try and bonk him on the head.
But would it draw attention if I
Almost.
did?
Well, depends on how quiet and sneaky you are about it, and how you went about knocking him out. Like if you walk behind him and use guiding bolt, it probably would draw some attention. But if you had like a sap or something like that to poke them over side the head with, and get it all quiet and sneaky, like it probably would be good.
Hey OC, how stealthy is a Molotov?
Typically speaking, those draw a lot of attention. So I'm afraid to tell you that probably wouldn't.
However, OC, what if I don't light it and just use it as a bottle?
Then you'd be bashing a bottle over someone's head, and glass is actually ridiculously hard.
So would I be sneaky?
Yeah, probably. Again, assuming no one saw you.
All right, then. It all comes down to this, guys. I'm gonna stealth one more time. Pray, guys. Pray. You gotta get down on one knee. You gotta pray to whatever God that you follow, that your characters follow. All right, let's see. Nat 20. 15. Close enough. How'd I do?
All right. Well, you have slunk into the shadows.
All right, can I?
I'm doing something really quick. Okay. I was rolling the guard's counter perception to see if the guard was able to spot you or not.
Did I win? Did I win?
I'm gonna make a perception check.
I thought we could see this. Oh, fine. Well, I'll make a perception check too.
Yeah, but I just snuck. You can't see me anymore. You actually try.
You specifically stepped into the shadows, as it were. So after you stepped into the shadows,
I can see better in low light.
After you stepped into the shadow, as it were, what do you do and where do you go?
I go up to right behind the guard and OC, how quiet is a dagger?
Pretty darn quiet if you know how to use it.
Well, I am proficient in all simple weapons.
Let's see, Ophelia, you said you wanted to perception check, correct?
Well, I'll be able to see him in the shadows. I can see better in low light.
Colorado, I will say, has disadvantage on this check. I will say you can roll normally.
Okay. Colorado!
Can I just please hit the nat 20?
Damn.
Unfortunately, you have disadvantage, so you have to roll twice and take the lower.
Dang it!
Oh, good. So Ophelia doesn't see me. Come on. Oh. Colorado sees me.
I was like,
He meets the 15 that you
Ophelia.
rolled.
he's right there.
Colorado, you see EO step into the shadows and sort of back off for a moment and then produce a small dagger and begin making his way towards the guard.
What do?
I'm gonna turn to Ophelia. Okay, I'm stopping this nonsense.
Go right ahead.
It cuts back to EO. He's just like raised, like from the shadows, his face slowly starts to appear. You see like a crazy look in his eye. He's holding the dagger. And the music is swelling up like the violins, like.
And the guard turns around, looks him square in the face, and says, "Are you serious? If you don't put that down right now, I'm going to kill you."
Wait, the guard saw
Right?
it?
Do you have a moment to talk about our Lord and Savior, Prophet?
God.
You put that dagger away right now.
All
You
right.
put that dagger right now, or so help me.
And if I catch you around this wagon again, I'm throwing. If I catch you around this wagon again, you're out of this train. Do you hear me?
Yes.
Get out of here.
Colorado.
Or his.
I can imagine like
Okay,
halfway there.
so-
I see that. I'm just like
More-
face palm.
For
So,
in the
Ophelia.
guard's defense, he rolled a 19.
Okay.
Oh, you didn't tell me that.
Nope, that's a DM roll. In fact, most DMs wouldn't even tell you what he rolled. I just told you how I
Because it was funny.
Mhm.
Can Ophelia hear this? Stand up, get Eo by his ear, and drag him back to the fire.
I'm
guard-
gonna drag him too.
Yeah, the guard is
Both
none
my
too.
ears.
The guard is none too silent about this, and even says it with such a tone that nearby guards actually stand up and get tense and begin eyeing Eo intensely.
Ow, 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 ow. I'm assuming I'm getting dragged by both ears.
Behavior.
Yes, you
I
are.
will.
I mean, it's assuming you as a player don't object to being dragged by your ears. Sure,
I mean,
I'm
at
sorry.
this point, I don't think Eo would resist anything.
fair enough.
We shall make sure to keep a good eye on this one. So I drag him back to the fireplace. What were you thinking?
Why?
Selfish reasons? Question
You
mark?
realize we're loaded with money, right?
Yeah, well, loaded is a relative term.
I mean, it is worth mentioning this. You guys haven't been able to purchase your magic items yet.
Yeah, I know.
Wait, we don't?
We
No,
haven't
it's only,
don't have them yet.
it's only been a couple of days. The idea is you acquired your magic item en route.
Oh, okay, then yeah. Loaded is a relative term.
Yeah, but we still got that huge payment from the job we did in Baikonur.
Loaded, relative.
Phil, you don't
You
mind if I
know.
smack this guy upside the head, right?
You do know that we have grown a rapport with these ungulates. You don't have to sneak around and be an idiot and try to steal anything or kill anyone.
That wasn't. It was just gonna nick him.
Uh-huh.
Maybe use the
Sure.
butt. Hit him with a butt. I mean, handle.
I mean, Paprika, as we've seen on the streams, Paprika does attack people with her butt.
She does.
Yeah. What would happen if I used? What would you have said if I offered my butt? Let's see. Like, I attacked him with my butt.
I would have treated it as an unarmed attack,
Hmm.
because that's technically what it is.
Well, there aren't any arms involved in a butt, so.
Technically,
That's why it's an unarmed attack. But anyways,
anyway, that happened.
I'm just gonna give you a good wallet.
So, Ophelia, have you finished those errands?
Errands?
you mean
I don't know.
to think,
Didn't you want like some time to do something?
to
No,
think about
I
what?
think-
Yeah, to think what Ophelia would say if anything in this situation.
Oh,
I-
okay, so
I-
Ophelia,
I-
do you have any opinions you want to share?
I do, but not with either of you. I'm sorry. I'm going to take my leave. Blue, could you please keep an eye on this alpaca?
And I'm just doing a finger tilt where I'm like kind of like the two fingers like my eyes into his. But with
Oh,
So
right, sorry.
Also, I rolled
I-
to give Eo a bop on the head.
Do I
Nice.
have to roll something to move or something or whatever it was?
Well, he's just attacking your armor class.
He
So-
misses.
So, sorry, no bopping for you.
A soft bop. Nothing hurting. Just
Ineffectual bop, there we go. Because sometimes missing isn't necessarily missing your target, it can also be a complete ineffectual hit, so just bouncing off of armor.
I was gonna say, have you guys, specifically Colorado, have you seen NCIS?
Nope.
Okay, well, essentially, there's this relationship between the couple of the main characters, Denozo and Gibbs. Gibbs is an older man, blah, blah, blah. It's like CSI, but with naval crimes. Anyway, so basically, what Gibbs does to Denozo a lot of the time is he like smacks the back of his head, and Denozo like flinches a bit. And that's pretty much what I think they do. Just kind of smack the back of my head disapprovingly.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Let's go with that.
All right.
Okay then. Ophelia, I presume you're heading
Won't
off
happen
to-
again, boss.
Since it's
So,
should be
I
free.
was going to trot towards where Benson is sleeping.
All right. Before that, is there anything the two of you wish to do? Specifically, Colorado and Eo?
What's Colorado doing?
Keeping an eye on Eo.
Okay, then I go to the restroom
Well, okay then.
just to make things awkward.
And all right, Ophelia, so you're heading off to where Benson is?
Yep.
All right. And what you doing?
All right, so Benson, are you sleeping right now? Ah, sheep! Benson!
Hey, he's still here. He just can't use his
I
voice.
know he's not using his voice. You're asleep? All right.
Are you in a position to RP vamp? I'm going to presume the answer is no then.
Yeah, no. Okay.
Okay, fair enough.
In that case, I guess I'll leave it for tomorrow and go to bed.
All right then. Is there anything anybody else wants to do before we move on to the next day?
Nope, we're good.
Can I drink real quick?
No problem.
As a side note, Benson, you were able to play for what, about 2 hours, correct?
I mean, give or take, I think. A little less, maybe. Yeah.
All right.
I almost actually fell asleep.
Well, in your defense, it's been a long time since you've done something, so
Yeah. So I was like, well, they're gonna do their stuff. I'm gonna lay down. I almost passed out. If I actually sit down my headphones, I probably would have.
oh dear.
You know when that shouldn't happen? Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Alarms.
Well, hopefully,
Hundreds of alarms.
hopefully, staying up this late will help that.
Hopefully, even ask someone to wake you up if you need it.
Go to bed as soon as the session's over. Sleep for like 12 hours.
Not 12 hours.
In any case, all right. We're gonna go ahead and move to the next day. The
All right.
because I'm going to presume there's nothing you guys wish to do before the
Well, the things that I want to do involve people that can't do stuff right now.
fair enough.
Hmm.
We'll go ahead and for the next session we'll reserve a slot of time, a bit of retcon time for that interaction.
Okay.
Perfect.
For which interaction?
From understand, Ophelia wants to talk to Benson, but Benson can't RP right now. So at the start of next session, we'll dedicate a small period of time to that RP.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't want to sit here and not allow things to happen that can't happen due to outside influences. All right, so the next morning rolls around and the company gets up, gets going, moves along, and EO gets a nice stern warning that Dilnaz hasn't. No one told Dilnaz about the altercation last night, but the guards have their eyes on him after that.
Yay! Making enemies with everyone. That's my goal.
So
Kind of actually is.
Everyone also notices that Jianghua is still wearing the eye patch.
The Dark Flame Master. If any of you have ever seen that anime. Anyway, whatever. Moving on.
Dilnaz still requests that Ophelia have a moment to speak with him.
And I'll do so.
We'll go ahead and do that scene real quick.
All right.
What time is it? Plenty of time. Well, we'll say mid-morning after a decent breakfast has been served.
Mm.
Contrary to what one might expect, each day is not a feast. Appears this caravan is run fairly pragmatically, so meals are rationed carefully. They're not like destitute, but they're carefully managed.
One grape for every ungulate.
So you're only slightly hungry after, as opposed to still starving. When you enter into the carriage that Dilnaz is, it's actually he's actually in his quote unquote office carriage.
All right.
And he looks up at you as you enter,
You asked to see me.
nods. He sits down for a moment.
I walk-
Dilnaz. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I walk in and sit down wherever.
Okay. Dilnaz is not insensitive to your plight. Dilnaz is wondering if you would like some help.
Help?
Nods.
Explain yourself.
Dilnaz is no sorcerer, nor wizard, but Dilnaz has in his possession some helpful literature that might be enlightening.
Literature?
Nods. And Dilnaz keeps in his employ, well, when she sees fit to stay, an arcanist of modest skill. Dilnaz does not speak of her much, simply because she's fickle. She comes and goes as she sees fit, but when she is in the caravan, Dilnaz uses her services as much as she's able.
All right. So you want me to meet up with this arcanist?
If you wish. You see, Dilnaz believes that perhaps your hindrance isn't 100% due to birth. Dilnaz sensed there's more to the story than you have told. Dilnaz will not pry. He suspects it is more than your unfortunate hinders your...
You're cutting out, Uzi.
I sure am. That hinders your abilities. If you're interested, Dilnaz is willing to let you see these papers and this arcanist. Perhaps you might find some use in them. He shrugs. And if not, well, there's no harm in trying, right?
Ophelia kind of looks introspectively at Dilnaz and sighs and says, well, if you think it would be helpful, then who am I to deny your assistance?
He chuckles slightly. You are you, of course. If you wish to refuse Dilnaz's assistance, you need only say so. It is simply an offer, nothing more. If you wish for privacy, you may use this carriage for your studies.
Thank you. Is that an open invitation to like look at those papers right now?
Dilnaz smiles slightly. Do you wish to?
I'm rather curious. That means yes, by the way.
Yeah, he figured. Dilnaz will be busy doing a few things, but you do so. Please don't mind, he chuckles slightly, the elephant in the room. He steps out for a moment, and after a bit of time, you're actually given what appears to be a small tomb. It's more like a thin book.
Hmm.
And in it, it appears to have been an apprentice's handbook at some point. It's part journal, part notebook, whatever have you. And it appears that this poor young apprentice struggled mightily with grasping the basics of magic, and tried various this, that, and the others. It's not specified. Apparently whoever owned it was not inherently magical. They never specified their species, but apparently it was not an inherently magical species.
Okay.
It's secretly Eos from the Futures book.
Oh.
But for the most part, you're given the book and allowed the quiet to read it. Vilnaz is in the same carriage doing business and steps in and out as need be. But for the most part, leaves you to your own devices.
All right. Then I will peruse this book and see what's inside of it.
Precisely as described. Notes, scribbles, bits and pieces of this, that, attached here and there.
How to please your man in 10 different ways.
Oh my god, here.
Well, it will.
Oh my god.
Well, it'll take some prolonged study, so you don't get any immediate benefit. Basically,
Right.
It'll take some time to study it, and the arcanist, who will simply pass off, because there's not necessarily time to RP her, is actually a young Longma herself, and she's fairly eccentric, but for all her eccentricity and occasional rude comment, he seems to be a surprisingly decent ungulate to work with.
Yeah, it's a Longma named Cindy.
Oh no.
Cindy Vortex
Oh my god.
from Jimmy Neutron.
Yes, thank you.
Let's see, is there anything else?
Small loan of $1 million gold goes to you, Laundry.
Oh, I forgot to do one thing again. Dang it. Can you bring Dilnas back in?
Well, Dilnaz, like I said, is coming and going while you're doing this, and this is not just over the course of the day. This is assuming you pursue these studies. This is during the course of your guys' journey to your destiny.
Okay, because I'm going through like my notes and there's a lot of notes, so I missed it again, and I don't want to miss it anymore.
All right.
Get on with it!
Well, Dilnaz steps into the carriage to finish up a piece of paperwork he had to worry about. So the time is perfect time to catch him.
All right. Mr. Dilnaz, I would like to have a word with you.
What can Dilnaz do for you?
So I was rifling through my objects, and I'd come across something that I'd actually forgotten about, and I feel kind of horrendous for it. And I was wondering if, while going through your adventures, you could return this object to its proper owners.
Mhm.
I take out the necklace that I'd taken from the carriage at the very first session.
Dun 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 dun.
That's
Thank you.
beautiful.
Thank you, Strider.
Dun 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 dun.
Dun, dun,
Dun,
dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun,
He looks down at the amulet and picks it up and looks at it. Ooh, who did this belong to?
It belonged to that little cow back in the north. Her name was Alabama, and her father was Dakota.
Yes, Dilnaz knows them.
I would appreciate it if you returned this necklace to them. I'd forgotten to give it to them when we were still together.
Dilnaz will be happy to do so. He tucks it away onto his purse, and then he turns towards her and gives her a wink. Don't worry, I won't forget something like that. Is there anything else you needed?
That is actually all I need right now. I just felt really horrible about it for the longest time.
A heavy conscience is a heavy conscience is a great burden. Best to be rid of it.
Yes.
Unless you're Eo,
Unless you're Eo.
and then you got no conscience. Only looking out for number one. We are number one.
And at that point, he busies with his typical work.
Okay, I'm done. Skip the next guy.
Is there anything else anybody wishes to do right now? We've got 10 minutes.
no.
Finally remove the necklace from my inventory.
Wake me up inside. Can't wake up. Wake me up inside.
Xianghua, is there anything you wish to do?
Not
Be
particularly.
cool.
She's just doing her own thing, just kind of keeping away from everything.
Keep it
Fair
away.
Can I get some more popcorn?
enough. You may.
Awesome.
Okay then. Well, I guess if there's nothing else, if there's nothing else to be done, then
I was just wondering, like, when it would be appropriate to buy our stuff. I was thinking now is not the right time.
well, again, so I'm going to go ahead and end this session where the next session will more or less begin. So essentially, I'm going to say so. Basically.
Basically.
So barring the small RP you wish to do with Benson, the time passes somewhat uneventfully as you guys make your way due north. The caravan stops from time to time in small towns to resupply, to do some trading, so on and so forth.
We finally left the desert.
And as part of the typical commerce, it comes to Dylan's attention that you guys wish to acquire some magical items to assist, and he is more than willing to help you with that regard. Sometimes he purchases the item and then sells it to you. Sometimes he helps with negotiations. So it's sort of a piecemeal process. This town happened to have this one item, this town happened to have two items, so on and so forth. And by and large, the journey is fairly pleasant. Dilnaz does indeed take care of you guys. And you finally arrive. It is about almost midday when you arrive to what appears to be a fork in the road. Well, it's less of a fork, and more the main path continues on. You've now reached a much more temperate zone. Not a lot of trees per se, and the road clearly cuts across a nice green plain. And you see what appears to be another road that deviates off towards some mountains in the distance. When you arrive at this junction, Visible Dinaz informs the group that the Three Winters Valley is down that direction. It'll take you about a day or two worth of travel to get there. And he regrets to inform that he cannot wait, that he must continue on.
He says all of this while the carriage is still moving, so he's basically kicking us off the train.
Well,
Get on.
it does stop. And there is sort of like a proper goodbye, and there's like even a nice dinner to go with and all that jazz.
Oh, so cheeky Nando's.
Can I just like leave a Molotov just burning in one of the carriages? Like he doesn't notice it yet, but it's like it'll get there in like maybe about an hour.
That will require a stealth check.
Better not. I'm keeping an eye on you. Don't. Better not do it.
Yeah, I won't. I'm just saying. Vesper, you know exactly why. You know my reputation.
So.
Are you letting me do it?
I mean, we've got 10 minutes. Yeah, we can go ahead and RP this. So the caravan has come to a stop pretty much in the middle of nowhere. The middle of the main road with a small side road heading off towards some mountains in the distance. And the call comes out for the 5 of you to basically assemble. Dilnas has something he wishes to say to the lot of you.
Ungulates, assemble.
Pretty much. I presume there are no objections to assembling.
Of course not.
Marvelous. As the 5 of you come together, Dilnaz looks slightly sad, although he casts a slightly suspicious glance at EO, sorry. Dilnaz gets to inform you that this is we must part ways. Over that way is the Valley of the Three Winters. It's been some time since Dilnaz has been there, but he remembers it to be a nice enough place. Dilnaz must continue on north towards Rain. He regrets to inform you he cannot stay and wait for you to finish your business. But he is certain that you will be able to make friends and be able to do what you need to do from there. It is not a place completely isolated. You should find all the supplies you need to travel. But Dilnaz is sad to part ways. He has enjoyed your company.
Jianghua smiles and gives Dilnaz a bow. It was wonderful traveling with you.
He smiles and laughs. He's like, "Oh, why not? It has been a while since Dilnaz has done this." He turns towards Jianghua. "You, my dear friend, I've appreciated your dedication and your discipline. Seeing you faithfully exercise every morning has given Dilnaz something to base his own routine off of. In fact, it is convenient I could time how much time it would take for me to fill out forms according to your workouts."
She just chuckles.
He is impressed, and is assured that you shall prove to be a great warrior someday. I'm sure your author will be most proud of you, and your father.
She smiles. Thank you.
Well, it certainly was an experience. For better, and sometimes glares at EO.
He laughs.
Oi.
And my dear bovine friend.
Again, during this entire time, she still has the eye patch.
And you, my dear bovine friend, I have enjoyed your sense of humor, straightforward-headedness. It is good to always keep one's hooves on the ground, no?
Exactly.
And he winks. I think you should get that armor polished a little bit. It's looking a little raggy.
Wait, you got cut off. What'd you say?
Then I think you might want to get that armor polished a little, well, ratty, he says with a wink.
You should see Colorado's expression just like start declaring daggers when they did the wings. Like, okay, you were just kidding.
Oh, I thought Colorado was about to swing sledge.
we were about to have a go. He was like, "What did you say about my armor?"
We were so afraid of EO.
We were about to get to that point. And wait.
Turns out Colorado killed Dilnaz.
Like what you? It's like what'd you say? Rolls nat 20 on the attack. Oh.
Can we?
Turns towards Ophelia. And you, my dear unicorn friend, your quiet study has been impressive. Dilnaz knows how difficult it is to learn and study, and your dedication has been second to none. He's appreciated your quiet companionship, and he pulls out the amulet. Your honesty.
The heck?
Zhanghua is looking right at Ophelia.
Oh yeah, because she was the only one that did that could see, right?
Mhm.
All the way back in the first session.
She's just like
And she thinks he is the thief. I mean, she's right, but still.
He grins and he puts the necklace away. He might be slightly aware of what he just done.
You've given me a lot to reflect on, and I'm glad you are returning that amulet that I found to the proper owners.
But of course, I will have to address Benson as part of the slight segue, simply because having interaction is ideal. So we'll reserve Benson's goodbye for later. And finally, my dear alpaca friend.
I didn't learn anything.
No.
And my dear alpaca friend, stay away from me.
my dear alpaca
It's like,
friend.
stay away from me and my stuff.
No, he's like, and you, my dear alpaca friend. Roll initiative.
So
I would if
Funny.
Osi would let me.
So, funny enough, I decided to look up the monster manual, and it turns out elephants are challenge rating 4 creatures,
Are you saying?
which means if you were to fight an elephant in core D&D, that you'd have to be around level 3 or 4 to be able to take one on. Otherwise, they'd just kind of raffle stop you.
OC? OC?
That
OC.
said, he
Next session. Please. Please. Call session investment. Cut it. Cut it.
Dinas does not know what he has done to draw your ire, nor to
He knew all along.
or to be unworthy of your trust. Honesty, for that matter. But Dinas recognizes you cannot make friends with everyone. He simply shrugs. I will admit so. You are extremely unique, and Dinas appreciates that.
Say that again.
He enjoys the company of those he has not anticipated. He then turns to the group as a whole. And with that, Dilnaz bids you adieu.
Donuts, wait. Can I fight
He was about to
you?
declare his true love for you.
I want to fight you.
And,
Donuts, please, a spark. Come on.
And no, it's like Zhanghua's like, all right, you know what? He's like, the heck with you guys. Hops into a carriage. Bye, losers.
Hey, guys, actually, before the session started, I was actually debating on whether or not I would say like but like back in my university days, I was debating on whether I should include that or not. And I decided again.
in my youth.
In my youth, I'm not a woman. That wouldn't have made sense. In my university does.
But the point is the pun. By the way, Io,
Hmm.
+1 experience point.
For what?
We're selling your soul to the pun gods.
No, I don't want your stinking EXP. I'll play this. I'll be the only character who never got extra EXP.
It's
You
too
can
late.
you can give it to me because I've been infected by punitis.
Yeah,
It's
I'll give
too
it to
late.
Strider because I don't want it. I don't want your dirty EXP.
You may not put on your character sheet, but have it be known that it happened.
Whatever. Just give it
Can
to give it to Strider. I don't want it.
Can I roll a sleight of hand to take his EXP?